Well, ladies, I'm going to be talking a lot about this in the next couple months because I am going to reach 60 this year. 60. Oh, can you believe it? It just doesn't even seem possible. It just seems like I was 40, and now I'm turning 60. But anyway, I'm going to talk today about let's keep going. Just because I'm turning 60 doesn't mean I'm going to give up and stop going. And I like to use Moses as an example of this to try to encourage us to keep going. Exodus chapter 15, verses 1 and 2. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord, and spake, saying, I will sing unto the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. The Lord is my strength and song, and he is become my salvation. He is my God, and I will prepare him an habitation, my father's God, and I will exalt him. So we see here that Moses led a great choir that day. Now, how many was in the choir? Well, Exodus chapter 12, verse 37 says, And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramesses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot, that were men beside children. So this means that that verse I just read to you, that Moses was leading a choir of 600,000 men. Now, at the age that Moses was right then, it was 80, 20 years older than me. Now, I realize that the lifespan when at his time, at that time, it might have been like when he was 40. I realize that they lived longer back then. But just to think that he sang bold enough to and was able to lead 600,000 people. It takes a lot of strength, a lot of courage to be able to lead that many people. It would be a lot of work, but he did it. And you know what? Why do we let ourselves start feeling old? Just because I'm 60 doesn't mean I am old, but I sure like being able to tell people I'm 60 because I like them to say, wow, you don't act 60. I like you to say that. If you want to come up to me and say it, I'll like it. But, being strong, let's keep on going. Let's forget how old we are. Now, I know physical disabilities do keep us from being as active as we should have been. But there's nothing wrong with our spirit. I mean, there's nothing wrong with us coming into church and greeting people and being nice to them. Even if we don't feel well, we can make ourselves talk nice to people. Let's just keep on going. That's my theme today. That's what I'm encouraging myself to do. Loretta, don't let yourself act like you're 60 years old. Don't, try your best to not look it. Stand up straight, as much as you can, keep on going and keep active as you can. I'm going to go out here and work in just a minute and help set up something. And that's what we do several times a week. We get things out of our trailer and we set them up, and then we tear them down the next day, and then we put them away. And I like to help with that because I think it's going to help me keep young. So as much as you can, stay as active as you can, but mostly in your spirit. Let's keep on going. Have that spirit of keeping on going. Way down in Deuteronomy 34 chapter 34 verse 7, and Moses was 120 years old when he died. But listen to this. His eye was not dim, nor his natural force abated. So even up to 40 years after he led the children of Israel out of bondage, his eye was not dim, nor his natural force abated. He was still a very strong man. You know what? I think it's because God needed him. So many times when I've talked to people, I said, you know what? God's going to keep you alive because you're important to God. You have a lot that you're doing for him, and he wants to keep you alive. Now, that doesn't mean if somebody dies that God was finished with them. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm just saying, I think the more active I am for God, the more accomplished for him, I think he'll make me that strong, and he'll help me keep going. Of course, then I got to use wisdom in my my diet and exercise, etc. But let's keep on going, ladies. Let's not give in. Don't get old. Don't let yourself get old. Let's keep young and have the spirit that Moses had, and I'm sure we'll accomplish great things for him today. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice.